So now Oprah, the woman everyone thought was untouchable, is caught up in something wild. People used to call her the Queen of Clean, the people's favorite. But lately, Oprah's name has been popping up right next to Diddy's in some seriously shady headlines. And no, this ain't just internet gossip. This mess is spiraling fast. There's talk that both Diddy and Oprah might be facing legal trouble soon. Yeah, let that sink in. Turns out, Oprah might not be as innocent as she's always seemed. Whispers are getting louder that she's connected to Diddy, the same guy being accused of some of the darkest stuff going on in Hollywood right now. That's a combo nobody expected. Remember when everyone thought Oprah stayed out of mess? Well, her name just keeps slipping into this drama. Fans are now going back and digging up her old interviews, and some of the clips they're finding, whew! One has Oprah straight up asking a teenage girl, "Are you a virgin?" Like, what? Another one has her saying, "Stand up just a moment. This is what I call a bod." Whoa! People are stunned that this was once seen as normal daytime TV. Now let's rewind to her longtime connection with Diddy. These two have been in the same elite Hollywood circles for years. But things really exploded when a viral video dropped on YouTube titled, "Breaking News, Oprah has fled," and people are asking, where is she running off to, and why so suddenly? Here's where it gets crazy. Rumors say Oprah shelled out $75 million to get her hands on certain tapes Diddy had, tapes that allegedly involve underage celebs. That's a jaw-dropper. But the big question is, why would Oprah pay that much for those tapes in the first place? What was on them? And even more suspicious, after paying that kind of money, why is she now on the run? Some are speculating that she took off to Switzerland, just like Ellen reportedly did a while back. And get this. Another theory is floating around that Oprah disappeared with $100 million, all because of rumors tying her name to that unsealed client list, the one with Jeffrey's connections. Again, it's just talk right now, but people are going off online. TikTok has been roasting Oprah lately. Clips are everywhere. One even racked up 2.3 million views, titled, "I Never Trusted Oprah Winfrey." That's the kind of video you'd never expect to see even a year ago, but here we are. And it's looking like Oprah's perfect image might be cracking, fast. So now we've got folks on TikTok going off. One dude even ranted for 2 whole minutes straight, exposing Oprah Winfrey's Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa. He called out everything from past scandals to current concerns, saying it's not as wholesome as people think. Is this school really a symbol of generosity, or are these social media rants onto something deeper? Some folks online aren't buying Oprah's do-gooder image anymore, especially when it comes to her connection with Michael Jackson. People are digging up that old interview she did with him, and the vibe, super uncomfortable. Michael was performing live, doing his thing, and instead of letting the man shine, Oprah kept jumping in with weird energy. Fans called her out for being rude and even said maybe she picked the wrong career path if she couldn't even let an icon have his moment. But the real shocker? Oprah straight up asked Michael Jackson, "Are you a virgin?" Like, what? That's wild to ask anyone, let alone a global superstar on live TV. Viewers were stunned. They said it felt invasive and unnecessary and totally ruined the vibe of the whole interview. They expected grace, but what they got was cringe. And that's not the only time Oprah rubbed people the wrong way. In another viral clip from 2003, she interviewed Dolly Parton and got all up in her business about plastic surgery. Fans were like, "Dang, Oprah, why are you coming at Dolly like that?" Instead of focusing on Dolly's legendary music career, Oprah was grilling her about her looks. That moment still doesn't sit right with people. Social media has been exploding. One ex-user even tweeted, "I'm glad more people are seeing the ugly truth of Oprah. I wish she was real, but she's as fake as they come." Lizard. Ouch. That hashtag alone tells you how far the public mood has flipped. And it didn't stop there. Last September, Oprah and The Rock, who together are worth more than $3 billion, faced major backlash. Why? Because they asked everyday folks to donate to Maui wildfire victims, while only pledging $10 million themselves. People were heated. Like, really? You're billionaires asking working-class folks to pitch in while you hold on to your billions? Fans weren't having it. They flooded the comments saying, "Oprah, you could have paid for it all yourself and not even noticed the money was gone." Others accused her of being out of touch and labeled the whole move as tone deaf. They want her to realize most people don't have private jets and sprawling estates. Times are hard out here. Oprah might be known for giving back, but lately, it seems like every move she makes just brings more heat. This one had people gasping. In a viral TikTok, a fan asked Oprah what he should buy for his sick mom. Something sweet, something thoughtful. Oprah's big idea, a jewelry box. She guessed it'd cost around $100. But when the guy said that sounded pricey and asked if she had a cheaper suggestion, Oprah hit back with, lower than $100? That tone? Cold. People were like, girl, what? Fans online were quick to say she sounded super condescending, like, come on, Oprah, you're a billionaire. Why not just help the guy out instead of making him feel small? It rubbed folks the wrong way big time. And the awkward moments don't stop there. Remember Sydney Crawford? She showed up in multiple Oprah episodes over the years, but her first appearance left a mark for all the wrong reasons. In the Apple TV documentary The Supermodels, Sydney opened up about how off the whole experience felt. She was just 20 years old at the time and appeared with John Casablancas from Elite Model Management. Instead of welcoming her, Oprah basically brushed her off. And then, Oprah turned to Casablancas and asked him about Sydney's body, as if she wasn't right there. Has she always had that body? She asked. But hold up, it gets worse. Oprah then told Sydney, stand up and show us your body. Show us why you're worthy of being here. What? That's wild behavior, especially from someone with Oprah's status. Years later, Sydney admitted she didn't realize how messed up it was in the moment. But watching the clip now, she said, wow, that was really not okay, especially coming from Oprah. And honestly, she's not wrong. That moment clearly stuck with her, and not in a good way. Turns out, this kind of stuff wasn't just a one-time thing. Oprah has a long track record of making people feel uneasy on her show. Take her 2013 sit-down with Lance Armstrong. That interview was huge. He came clean about everything, admitting the rumors were true, that he used performance enhancers, and how it cost him everything. Endorsements, reputation, the whole 9 yards. Lance poured his heart out, straight up said he wouldn't have achieved what he did without the cheating. He owned it. But even after all that, Oprah threw shade. Later, she told the press that she didn't feel like he fully came clean, and that he answered the questions his way, not hers. Fans weren't feeling it. They said she was being cold and dismissive, especially when the man had just laid it all out. Sure, he wasn't perfect, but Oprah's attitude. People called it shady, and it didn't sit right. Now here's something that really shook people. Oprah's connection to Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, that Harvey. The convicted Hollywood predator. Old photos resurfaced, showing Oprah real cozy with him at multiple events, smiling like everything was sweet. People were like, hold up, what's she doing being buddy-buddy with this man? And the internet did not let it slide. But it didn't stop at just pictures. A clip of actress Katie and Noble also started making the rounds. She claimed Oprah introduced her to Weinstein in a way that made her feel like it was safe, like she could trust him. But shortly after that meeting, Noble said she found herself in a terrifying situation with Harvey. Fans are asking, did Oprah know what was going on behind the scenes? Or did she just turn a blind eye for the sake of her Hollywood ties? People are now questioning how someone who preached empowerment and healing for decades kept ending up linked to the worst people in the industry. Diddy, Epstein, Weinstein. That's not just bad luck. That's a pattern, and fans are starting to connect the dots. Then there's the whole scandal about her spiritual advisor, John of God. He was once featured on her show as some kind of miracle healer. But guess what? Dude got arrested for running a massive human exploitation ring in Brazil. Yup, over 300 women came forward. And Oprah? She deleted all traces of his episode quietly. No apology, no follow-up. Just tried to erase it like it never happened. People aren't buying it anymore. They're asking, how come Oprah keeps aligning with shady men? And why does she act like none of it's her fault? And then came the Meghan Markle and Prince Harry interview. At first, it looked like a powerful moment, Oprah giving the couple a platform to share their truth. But soon after, critics said she didn't ask any real follow-up questions. She let huge allegations slide without digging deeper. People were like, wait, is Oprah protecting people again? It looked more like a Hollywood PR stunt than a hard-hitting interview. Even Gayle King, Oprah's bestie, has been dragged into the chaos. Fans online are saying, birds of a feather, suggesting that if Oprah's circle is full of shady characters, maybe Gayle's not so clean either. Harsh? Maybe. But the internet's in no mood to play nice right now. At this point, Oprah's image is crumbling faster than anyone expected, and all these scandals are starting to stack up like dominoes. And let's be real, something about this whole situation just feels off. Just when you thought Oprah couldn't be tied to any more drama, here comes another twist. This time, it's about her longtime obsession with weight and diet culture. For decades, she pushed weight loss talk hard on her platform, and recently, people have started calling her out for it big time. Back in the day, Oprah stood on stage with a wagon full of fat to represent how much weight she lost. Sounds dramatic, right? Well, it was. But now, fans are looking back at that moment like it was one of the biggest shaming stunts ever aired on national TV. And it didn't stop there. She pushed diet trends, extreme programs, and even promoted weight loss pills that later came under scrutiny. What's crazy is that a bunch of people said they felt pressured, judged, and ashamed just from watching her show. Social media has been flooded with clips of her telling guests things like, "Don't you want to be your best self?" but in a tone that felt more like an insult than inspiration. Viewers are now calling it emotional manipulation wrapped in fake positivity. Even her recent investment in a weight loss drug company stirred up backlash. Folks were like, "Oh, now you're making money off people's insecurities?" The internet lit up with accusations of hypocrisy, saying she built an empire off of preaching self-love, but turned around and cashed in on the very pain she claimed to help people heal from. But wait, Oprah's also under fire for how she's handled race and representation over the years. People noticed that on her show, she often tiptoed around real conversations about racism, especially when it came to high-profile white guests. And in some cases, fans say she even downplayed certain issues to keep her image polished for mainstream audiences. They felt she played it safe, and now they're not letting that slide. There's also this resurfaced interview with Raven-Symoné, where Oprah asked the actress if she identified as African American. When Raven said she didn't like labels, Oprah gave her this look, like, "Really?" Then warned her, "Girl, don't set Twitter on fire." That moment made a lot of people uncomfortable. It came off like Oprah was more worried about the internet's reaction than having a real convo. And now fans are questioning her whole Speak Your Truth brand. They're wondering, was that just for ratings, or does she actually stand for it when the cameras are off? From weight shame to media control, questionable friendships to tone-deaf charity asks, it's clear people are waking up to a different side of Oprah, the once untouchable queen of talk shows. She's looking real human right now, and not in a good way. And just when you thought it couldn't get weirder, Oprah hit a whole new level of uncomfortable. Let's take it back to 2004 when Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen appeared on her show to promote New York Minute. They were just 17 at the time. Two young stars trying to keep it together in the pressure cooker that is Hollywood. So you'd think Oprah, as a grown woman, would handle them with care, right? Nope. During the interview, they started talking about the gossip they had to deal with, how tabloids were trashing them, and how they tried to stay away from all the negativity. Ashley started saying, "You're never going to be perfect," and before she could even finish her thought, boom, Oprah cuts in with, "What size are you, by the way?" Like, what? The twins looked totally caught off guard. You could see it on their faces. They didn't answer. And who could blame them? Oprah just kept going, saying, "That's so interesting. I'm obsessed with size." Obsessed? Girl, what are you doing asking that on national TV to two teenage girls? The whole thing gave off the weirdest energy. People were disturbed then. And when that clip resurfaced in 2021, Oprah got dragged, and for good reason. Fans online were like, why did she think it was okay to ask minors that on camera? Some even said it felt like Oprah was trying to turn private info into a public spectacle. Again, one comment said, "It's giving weird. It's giving, bye, Oprah." And honestly, that's the vibe a lot of people are on now. The internet's had enough. People are now throwing up receipts left and right. Oprah posing with Diddy, Oprah with Harvey Weinstein. And the question everyone's asking is, why does she keep being seen with these kinds of men? And as one viral tweet put it, the apple never falls too far from the tree. You can try to run from your past, but secrets always find a way to come to the surface. And now, it looks like Oprah's carefully polished legacy is shaking. Diddy's empire is crumbling. Ellen left the country. And Oprah? She's next on the list. So what's next for Oprah Winfrey? Will more of her secrets be dragged into the spotlight? We've already seen her old interviews come back to haunt her, but who knows what else is buried under all that billion-dollar PR? Now we want to hear from you. Do you think Oprah was quietly tied up in the same lies and shady circles as Diddy and others? Or is this all one massive misunderstanding? Let's talk about it. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the next deep dive. We've got more tea coming, and trust, you don't want to miss it. See you in the next one.